So Dave, pre-season is upon us. Training will start in the next couple of weeks. Friendlies not too long after that. Just sort of give us an assessment of where the squad and the club is at the minute.
Yeah, obviously looking forward to getting started, getting back on the grass. I think we start a week on Saturday, so really looking forward to that. Squad's building nicely. Obviously we've retained a handful of players. We've lost a couple of players that we'd like to have kept, but the recruitment's gone really, really well. I've got no doubt that the squad will be in a stronger place starting the season. Really looking forward to getting going.
And obviously, a number of players have, as you said, have come in over the last sort of week or so. Ira and Ruben have already been announced with more to follow. Just sort of give us an overview of sort of why you've sort of, or the reason behind some of these players that you've brought into the football club.
I think what we've tried to do is base the recruitment on profiles of players and making sure that we've got good partnerships in key areas. We want to make sure that we're playing a brand of football next year that the fans can relate to and the fans can enjoy watching. Obviously we had numerous challenges last year with the pitch conditions and a few other things that were sort of outside of our control, but the 3G pitch is progressing really well. Seen some great updates on that. So we want to make sure that we're playing a good brand of football, that we can sort of really get the ball down and play and keep possession, and obviously the players are really important to that as well as the coaching side of it. So we've identified players who are capable of being really comfortable handling the ball, making sure we've got pace and threats in wide areas and as well on the top line.
And obviously pre-season friendlies, an array of different clubs to play, obviously with the pitch work here all being played away from home. Just sort of talk us through those clubs that you've decided to play in pre-season, and obviously a range of different clubs to give the players obviously minutes, but also a test as well.
Yeah, it's obviously important that we try and get the right challenges and tests in. Obviously, historically, probably would have had one or two bigger games in terms of Football League clubs, but obviously not having the facilities here at Gig, it makes it a little bit more challenging. But we're really happy with the opposition we've got. We've got some teams at sort of a level below. We've got one or two sort of level above. So I think we're going to get some good challenges, different types of challenges, teams that play different ways. And again, just really excited to get started and get into those friendly games.
And obviously with friendlies comes the good old trialist. Obviously, I guess throughout pre-season you'll still have those players that you're going to want to look at before you maybe make a decision on a signing.
Yeah, potentially. I think there'll obviously be a handful of trialists that come in for certain games. Obviously, players are still on holidays and whatever, so we'll also utilise some of the under-23s. They had a phenomenal season last year, and I think some of them deserve that opportunity to maybe step up and show what they can do. And we'll have sort of 15, 16 players minimum sort of signed on by then anyway, so we'll have a good solid squad. We'll work on minutes and load going through the legs through training and games early on. We'll do that in quite a scientific way using the GPS vest. So yeah, it's about trying to build up minutes, making sure people are comfortable. There'll be a couple of players you can play in multiple positions that we'll have a look at. But yeah, we will see a handful of trialists and hopefully a couple of 23s as well.
You mentioned the sort of the numbers of the players that you'll use in those friendlies. Looking sort of further forward to the start of the league season, obviously there was a lot of debate about how many players were signed for the football club last season. Have you got a sort of magic number that you're sort of looking to sort of base that sort of squad around?
I think we'll probably work with a core squad of around 18. And then obviously we'll have a number of the under-23 signed on. It'll help and support us, and ultimately if they're good enough and they perform well, then they will work their way into the squad. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, core squad of around about 18, 19, and then a handful of the under-23s, if not all of them signed on just in case. But yeah, we'll be working with a tight-knit squad next year. Obviously it is non-league and players will come and go throughout the season, but we're probably targeting a handful throughout the season if certain players become available. But we're really happy with the squad at the moment, and if we work with the same 23 players throughout the season, then we'll be more than happy.
So obviously last season the main aim for the club was promotion. Obviously you came in midway through. This time you've got the group from the off, so to speak. Obviously previously you've had success in the FA Vars. Obviously a lot of competitions to play for at non-league level? How do you manage it all?
I think the priority's got to be our bread and butter. It's got to be the league, and ultimately we're here to get promoted. So that's got to be the absolute priority. Obviously, we'll respect the cup competitions, particularly the FA competitions. Realistically, we're not going to be winning the FA Cup, so we want to try and get as far as we can in the FA Vars. But absolutely, the priority is got to be the league.
And obviously, we talk a lot about players at this time of the year, but obviously, you and your staff are important. Is obviously, I know Jack Hook has left and has gone elsewhere. Where's sort of the coaching staff at this moment in time?
Yeah, so Jack has obviously decided to move on. I think it was the travel, in terms of not necessarily the amount of travel, but the time, and because he was finishing work a little bit late based in Liverpool. So trying to get to Bury for training, it was just proving more and more difficult every week. So obviously Jack's a great lad. I've worked with him for a long time. I wish him all the best at Bootle. In terms of the rest of the coaching staff, it'll be as it was. Really sort of looking forward to working with the team again. I think it's a great team. It's got a really good blend around the coaching elements of it. Obviously the analysis work and everything else that comes with it. And obviously the guys who are working in the physiotherapy and the kits as well. So really good team. I stand by it. I think it's a phenomenal team at the level that we're working at. And I couldn't thank them enough for what they did last year.
And just finally, obviously only a few weeks ago until the fans are back out watching the first friendly away at Emley. What's your message to them ahead of what is going to be another exciting season?
Just really thanks for all your support last year. I think there's no doubt we're going to need you this year. Be loud and proud. I hope we can put a team out there that you can relate to and get behind every week, and we're going to get you on the edge of your feet, on the edge of your seat, no doubt about it.
Perfect. Cheers, Dave.
Thank you.